Hi, Holly. How are you? Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. And if you're watching on the replay, welcome. Hi, Ben. How are you? Just going to get this shared real quick, and then we'll get into it. All right. There we go. Dunskies. Hi, Anna. How are you, gorgeous? Come on, computer. There we go. You had a lazy day? Nice. I did a lot of work on the computer today. A lot. All day, pretty much, until I went to go pick up the children. All right. We can start jumping in here in a minute. Maybe give a couple seconds for more to file in. Hey, Sonia, how are you, love? Okay. We got some good cards. I didn't pay attention to all of them, but they're good. They're good. I'm excited to see what's gonna come out of this, actually. You've been lazy too, like Holly. Had a massive unexpected purge that needed transmuting. Yeah, that will take it out of you. So it's not being lazy, that's recharging, because that stuff, it's exhausting, you know? Oh, hey, Suzanne. Love you. I'm glad your reading resonated. Those are fun. I'll have to do them more often. I've had a lot of topics. I've had a lot of stuff to talk about. But yeah, we'll have to do it more frequently again. Maybe bi-weekly, perhaps. We'll see. All right. My knee was itchy. Okay. Okay. Six of Swords, bottom of the deck. Moving to calmer shores. Mental clarity. Hey, Kara. How are you, darling? So moving away from usually like the stormy seas, you know, the storm is really dissipating behind her. She's getting to the other side. There's ferns, there's greenery, and usually she's being guided, but basically you guide yourself, your higher self guiding yourself, and we'll get to that in a second. That was the first card. You didn't miss anything. Hey, princess. Um so we have the higher self with equalizer. So you are guiding you, and you are listening to that guidance. Congratulations. Six of Pentacles. The scales are balancing. Tangible increase. This could be wealth. This could be opportunities. Whatever it is, it's something tangible. And the Chariot. What? Oh my gosh. No way. The Chariot moving forward in a really big way. This is alignment. They said with the two sphinxes right here, usually, you know, we talk about balance of the light and the dark, and you know, the meaning of number two, but really for this one I got whatever it was that I just said. Sorry, I trailed off there. Yeah, so it's not, I mean, of course it is duality and balance, balancing the dualities, but yeah, whoever that was for, because it totally went out of my mind. Ten of Pentacles. Moving forward to your Ten of Pentacles, your legacy, your wealth. You are on path. You are aligned. Oh, that's what it was. Alignment. Sorry. So with the two sphinxes, alignment. They are perfectly aligned to one another. if I can hold the card like the right way. There we go. They are the same height, same width, you know, they're just different colors. But silver and gold, they're both precious metals. Ten of Pentacles, increase, guys, wealth, abundance, opportunities, whatever feels like wealth and abundance to you. Grace, and I love you. So yeah, still some kind of turbulent times. We're still, and we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. The in between realities, whenever you are shifting timelines or whenever you're creating this new reality for yourself, having grace with yourself, writing a love letter to your future self. Like, congratulations, you did it. You know, write a love letter to your past self. Thank you so much for being so strong when you really shouldn't have, you know, had to have been, but you did it. And now look where we are. Hey, Wendy, listening because you're cleaning. Hey, that's productivity right there. And the wizard with balance. That blunt is your magic wand. I know it's mine. This could be encouraging you to delve into plant medicines to help with, you know, balance, with healing, restoration, and with manifestation. Starseed card. Hello, mermaid. Mermaids coming up in the past couple of days, actually. But starseed, you may or may not identify with that label. It is just one of the many. You don't have to be starseed to be aligned here. Most likely you probably are, but volunteer, period. So you might identify with the volunteer role as coming to help with the shift. Judgment showing up here. Balance, judgment. The seeds that you have sown are coming into harvest. You're being called forth into your new life. On the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith Justice card, they are being called by that angel that's, you know, kind of blowing the trumpet up there in the sky. This deck really focuses more on that angel than anything, but he's blowing that trumpet, calling them forth out of their coffins into their new life, right? Because we know that death isn't the end of everything. It's just a new adventure. So calling you forth onto your new path, this frequency is beckoning you. Hello, how are you? Nice to see you. So you are following that frequency because you're following your higher self, just like we talked about right just a minute ago in the beginning. Your higher self showing up here with equalizer. This is balance, equalizing, creating justice. With that judgment card, though, that angel blowing the trumpet that's calling you forth into your new life, your eternal life, your abundance, your whatever you want to call it, okay? That's you. That's your higher self. So you've been listening. You're so tuned in that your abilities have been increasing. It's like if you are clairaudient, then everything's getting louder. Or you might be seeing tons of signs, tons of repeating numbers. However, these communications from the higher self, good, I'm glad. However, these communications from the higher self come through for you. The waters within, we have Mami Wata showing up here right next to that starseed mermaid. Thank you. Yes, I am doing well. So Mami Wata coming in here with memory. You're remembering who you truly are. You're remembering that God part of you, your higher self, and you are aligning to that. 11 viewers right now, which is 11 is the number of alignment. Hey, Patrick. Perfect timing. But having soul memories, we've talked about this a lot recently too. You might start having some past life recall, and they're saying, like, believe it, don't be afraid of it. There's no reason to be fearful of it to begin with, but you might be a little weirded out, I guess, instead of fearful. Or like, I don't know if this is true, I'm just making this up. That kind of an energy. And that's why they're like, don't be fearful of it. That is you. So pay attention to those past life memories or these visions or this guidance if you're hearing it clairaudiently, because I do hear it's like a loudspeaker, um, and it is on the right side, right, right brain, psychic energy. Okay. They said don't doubt yourself. You've been It's like you've been reaching through the veil and then grabbing these other past life memories or whatever you want to call it. You're bringing these through, and that's part of your magic. That's part of this God part of you. It's You're tapping into, how people tap into the Akash for information. You're tapping into source. So the more you pay attention, the more you allow this to sink in, to settle, um, the more things are really going to change and start to tangibilize around you. Eight of Pentacles. He's working on those pentacles. He is towards the end of his work, just like in the other deck that we had yesterday. You've already done the work, but now it's like your abundance is all around you because you've put in the work. So now it's going to start to tangibilize in a very conceivable way because you're recognizing this. Okay. Oh, the Phoenix card, faith, transition, spiritual awareness. You're being guided to remove what no longer serves you from your life. We've been talking about that too. Turn your ideas into action and they will transcend beyond your expectations. As you detach, doors of opportunity will begin to open and something magnificent will emerge. I love that because we're talking about manifestation. I love talking about manifestation. Hey, Ariana, how are you, gorgeous? Um, but yeah, we're talking about the in between stages of when you've already planted that seed, you've already, given your focus, your attention, and you've been nurturing this, but you're in that in between where it hasn't started to tangibilize yet. And sometimes we can kind of get stuck in that in between energy because we're so focused on the in between energy, that we just get stuck in that loop where we're kind of putting it off longer than necessary, really. But this Phoenix is showing up to show you that you're burning away all of that which no longer serves you. And yeah, it might be painful, or it might be confusing, or it might be scary, but you are using that momentum to catapult you into the sky. Okay. um Oh, you've been seeing the Phoenix everywhere. Hi, Bernadette. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Um, we have the sea turtle right behind that with survival, ancient wisdom, and endurance. You're being guided to clean out your emotional closet, letting go of stuff that no longer serves you, right? Confront your fears and expand your sense of self. Sorry, my kid was letting the dog back in. Your mind, body, and soul are intricately intertwined. It is not how you start or how fast you go, but rather how you follow through and execute your plans that will bring you your heart's desires. I love that because that perfectly complements everything that I've been saying since the beginning of the reading. And this is behind the bottom of the deck card. So that is so cool. Um, we have blooming pathways. You love talking about manifestation too. Plant the seed and let it grow. Yes. If you know anything about gardening, I was checking my seeds though, because I like to see them when they first start to peek out of the soil. So I'll just go peek on them every morning. Like, hey, how you doing? Come on, babies. And I'll talk to them. And yeah, I'm ridiculous probably, but anyway. Blooming pathways, embrace new opportunities and nurture growth like a blossoming garden. What? Kara, you literally just talked about planting the seeds and then letting it grow. It's already sprouted because you've already done the work, right? You've already been doing the work. Yeah, you're finishing up, but it's like this is the end of the project. Now everything's really coming together. So it's starting to blossom now, and then it's going to be pollinated, and then it's going to expand. It's going to, become impregnated and multiply. So this is your blossoming abundance, your blossoming, whatever your highest timeline looks for you, that is starting to really blossom. But pay attention to the signs, even if you're in the space where you're like, this thing hasn't manifested yet, I'm stuck, nothing's moving forward, you get frustrated. But you see someone else get something similar to the thing you want. Oh, thank you. It might be because the curtain's a little more open than usual because the cat. But thank you, Ariana, you're so sweet. Yeah, your manifestation skills are on point. Yes, Kara. She's creating so many opportunities. She's one of the ones that I was talking about yesterday when I was like, I've got people that are creating all these amazing opportunities with this energy, and then I've got some that are like, oh my gosh, kind of fearful, but they're getting it going. So yeah, Kara was she's like the A student. You're like the A plus 4.536 GPA or some shit. I don't know how high it goes. I didn't go that high. I just got a 4.0. But anyway, talking to your seedlings does help them grow better. That's what I think. So I talk to them every morning and I tell them how wonderful they're doing and how beautiful they are and how strong they are. So my seedlings are happy. Everything is starting to blossom. Start paying attention to, like, just like I said, even if things aren't really tangibilizing just yet, but maybe someone else that gets something that they really want, or the thing that you want, or you see signs and numbers that are like, it's manifest, congratulations, it's here, alignment 1111, whatever it is, and you're just like, no, it's not. where is it? Which I've been there. Ask me how I know, I'm emulating this from experience. Oh, thank you, Ariana. You're so sweet. I have a purple aura right now. I love that. Psychic crown chakra energy too. But that very well could have been talking about you earlier, actually, when your gifts are really heightening, and you're starting to see more things or hear things more loudly or get more intuitive guidance. The intuition, all of your gifts coming on point, because that higher self is like, yeah, you're tapped in, you're guiding you, I'm guiding you, but I am you, right? So you're listening to the guidance while you are the guide. You could give people readings and hear advice for yourself, give advice to someone else that you're like, oh, that's for me too. That happens to me sometimes. So you guys see it in real time. Sometimes we'll be talking about manifestation and then they'll just pop in with a little download on, here's a cool manifestation technique or hack. And I'm like, oh, I like that. So yeah, your gifts and abilities could be very heightened right now. It's just more proof of your alignment. So take that and run with it, and then take every single sign and those people that are getting the things they want or getting the things that you want, and be like, you know what, congratulations, I am genuinely excited for you, I'm so proud of you, happy for you, whatever. And take that as a sign, hey, yours is tangibilizing. That's just one of those ripples, right? A ripple in your reality that shows the energy that you're emitting, that you are also magnetizing towards you, you're drawing towards you. It's really starting to show up in your reality in a tangible way. And a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people start getting frustrated and upset, and like, some people get really envious and jealous and hate those people for getting whatever it is. So instead of taking it that way, you could always, oh, that's a sign that mine is right here, right now. So your body's been buzzing in crown chakra too. Nice, Anna. Upgrades. I love it. Flourishing Knot, discover the mysteries of life, finding wisdom in its intricate beauty. So pay attention to just how divinely interconnected everything is, just like seeing other people get what they want or the thing that you want, or other people's lives improving in the way that you wish yours was improving. It's all intricately connected. It's the tapestry of life. The energy that you're emitting is responding to you in your external circumstances. So take that and run with it. Use that as validation, as evidence, and get excited about it and celebrate. It's showing up in my now. It's showing up already. So it's here. It's, when you get excited for others and you get excited for yourself, because that's a sign that you're getting what you want, you're already in alignment of the thing tangibilizing. Okay. You were waiting for 2 minutes for the podcast to start and fell asleep. Oh, Susan, I love you. The biggest thing I see is that people try to manifest but won't drop the thing that will allow their manifestations to come in. You have to do both, along with taking thoughtful action, but also letting go of control. You have to walk the line and balance. I love it. I'm going to leave that highlighted for a minute. Right behind that flourishing knot card, there was also flourished friendship. So you could be having a lot of friendships flourishing, a lot of soul tribe type people coming in, like we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks. So yeah, they made me look at this beyond card. They're being sent to you from beyond, from your higher self, or from your guides, your loved ones. You're being showered with abundance in many different ways, but one of those ways is strong, loving, trustworthy connections. You want it, but don't truly believe you deserve it. Stop that shit. Yeah, stop that shit. Exactly what she said. Yes, Kara. What do we, okay. Discover that, yeah. Okay. Bear. Oh, I love it. We were just talking about Soul Tribe. Unconditional love, playful and protective. You're being guided to rest and enjoy yourself and others. Create balance in your life and flow with your truths, or follow your truths. Tomato, tomato. You will intuitively know when and how to take inspired action. You have immense inner wisdom and physical strength. So you have the inner wisdom, you have the tangible tools, the physical tools, or, those inherent tools within you, whether that's your intelligence, your thought process, your ideas, listening to the intuition. We must know that it is already ours. Yes, absolutely. 22 and 11 people. Thank you, Anna. See, alignment everywhere. And I'm excited. So embrace these new soul tribe type connections that are coming in for you. Use your discernment, because when you just meet someone and you're just like, I know you, I'm immediately connected to you, everything's really reciprocal and pleasant, and you don't get any kind of icky feelings with them, then go with that. But if someone comes in with that beautiful facade that they've created, carefully orchestrated, I heard, they might like have all the glitz and bling of a spiritually immaculate being, or just a really loyal and honest, true person that has your best interests at heart, but you kind of feel some type of way. That means follow that gut instinct, because that's you're sensing past that mask. Okay, the more gratitude we express, the more the universe will show us that there's that there's so much to be grateful for, probably is what you meant. Love it. Thank you, Ariana. Gorgeous. So embrace these new situations, relationships that are coming in for you, because they are divinely guided. Whatever you believe in, whoever you believe is with you, is with you, whatever, that's who's guiding these situations into your life. Okay. And it can be multiple, not just one. Lifelong learning. Embrace continuous learning as it weaves wisdom into your journey. So embrace the lessons. Take what you learned. Take from the experience whatever you need to. Say goodbye to that experience and or those people, and then move forward. Using that for, using the wisdom for what it's good for. My son didn't want to go to college because it's too expensive. He said that don't want me We paid college, so I told him, don't worry about the college payment. Everything will be fine. And guess what? College gave him a scholarship and they will be. Yay! I love that, Sonia. That's beautiful. See? Master manifester right there. That is amazing. A group of guys laughing at you stretching. And I'm going to highlight that because I'm trying to sip and read at the same time. Sorry, guys. I love that, Matt. No triggers. It's all love. I love it. And we're going to talk about that, like your old experience will kind of show up again when you are in that transitionary period. So that's perfect. Thank you for sharing that with us, Matt. Always learning, right? You're taking what you've learned from past experiences where you might have taken it some other kind of way and taken some other kind of action and had another type of outcome. And you've taken, you know, the Zen part and meditation and really coming into balance and self-love and acceptance within yourself to a point where you can really balance whenever something happens. You're easier, or you find it easier to balance yourself and maintain that. So that's amazing. Congratulations. um Bountiful harvest, reap the rewards of your hard work and embrace the blessings in your journey. It's about to be a bountiful harvest. You did the work, you planted the seeds, you nurtured them, you tended them, you maybe sang to them like me or talked to them and told them how beautiful they are. And now they're just growing. And you're starting to really take notice in your immediate circumstances, in your reality around you, because your reality reflects back to you what is within your field, right? You are a witch, metaverse. And don't take offense to me calling you a witch. Witch is just a term for magic folk, okay? You are a magic folk. You don't have to use the W word. If you're still coming out of religious trauma, which I do have an episode on that if you want to see that and haven't, go ahead and catch my YouTube. It's in there in the live videos somewhere. Probably like a month or so back, 2 months. I don't know. Time and me. Yeah. Okay, so bountiful harvest. You're about to reap the rewards of your hard work, of those seeds that you've sown, because you are, like I said, a magic folk, a witch, a W word, okay? Vibrant visions, embrace imaginative thinking, and manifest your desires through creativity. We talk all the time about tapping into that sacral energy, about tapping into that creation magic, and really embracing that and allowing it to um, transform you and transform the world around you, because that's what we are. We're creator beings, but we've been so, you know, pushed down and brainwashed into thinking that we're nothing but a pile of meat, you know, good for not much other than working and coming home and eating and going to sleep and doing it all over again, and barely even getting by, barely even having time to, or money, you know, to go really enjoy life. So you're starting to break free. I was seeing like a statue of a person, and then like cracks forming, you know, like desert. You see whenever water comes and then in the desert it rains or something, and then the water dehydrates really fast because, you know, the sun comes out and it's a desert, it's hot, so it evaporates the water so quick that the top crust, the clay, usually kind of like solidifies, but also it's broken. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. So it looked like that statue was breaking apart like that and then just kind of exploded. So it's like you're breaking free of everything that's bound you, that's kept you encased in stone. That's crazy. Alchemy with choices. You made the decision to embrace your magic, to embrace your source or God part of you, to know that you are creator, that you can create anything that you want, because all of this is just a holographic reality. So it's not even real. We are in this holographic creation, and we're the ones that created it. We're the creator living in the creation. So the creation is also creator. So we create. So tap into that creative energy, that sacral energy, alchemize. You've been making amazing choices. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize we had the chariot earlier, right? Let me find it if I can. There it is. Okay. I shit you not, guys. The chariot card, right? That one. Tell me, another deck. A silver and a gold sphinx. It looks kind of like grayish black, but it's gold. That is so crazy. I love how these things happen. Hello, Sonia. Or yeah, Sonia on YouTube. I'm highlighting YouTube. Hey, Steph. Anywho, your choices and decisions, the seeds that you've sown, the intentions that you have placed and nourished, and you've done all the work, the shadow work, you've let things go, you've really done a lot of healing. Now it's time to really embrace the peace in that. And a lot of times, you know, when we are shifting realities, which happens every time we do healing, especially tremendous, intense healing, we're going to have that period of rest, right? We talk about this all the time. You have that period of rest where you really need to rebalance your energies. Take that time to nourish yourself, to give yourself love, to recharge, because things are about to get busy again. Things are about to move forward again. So this is we're in the in-between right now in this energy with this reading. Serene sanctuary. Find inner peace and serene sanctuary amidst life's challenges in your journey. Sorry, I can't read today apparently. Find inner peace and serene sanctuary amidst life's challenges in your journey. So embrace the in-between. Create yourself a sanctuary if you haven't already, but your sanctuary is within. You are your temple. So take care of you. How do you expect to find inner peace if you're attacking you? Autonomy. That's part of, embracing your autonomy, is being able to balance the light and the dark, the good and the bad, the whatever you want to call it. Okay. Embracing both sides, because both are necessary for creation, just as you should embrace the times of lack or despair or perceived negativity, things like that. Embrace, I'm not saying embrace the acts or all of that trauma things. Embrace the part of you that experienced those things and be grateful for those things happening, because they did contribute to who you are. They contributed to your knowledge, to your growth. Yes, they probably beat you down, and you might still be beaten down right now, but it's nothing that you can't overcome. You are strong enough. If you're strong enough to have endured it to this point, you're strong enough to get yourself back up. So if you're experiencing that, please seek out help. Professional help, therapy, anything that you need to be able to process things. And I don't always think that therapy is a good thing, especially you have to find the right therapist, because they will re-traumatize you if they keep walking you back through these traumas again. That's not what you're supposed to do. Okay. So anyways, embracing the fact that these shadow aspects in your life did take place because they gave you that contrast. They stripped you bare, right? They stripped you raw, just so that you could build yourself back up, to prove to yourself how amazing of a creator you are. I love that. 10 of Swords in the reverse. Dead, done, and over with, but this is a rebirth, baby. Those swords are in the upright here. You're not dead. You've already done the transformation. The old is dying out. The old has exited or is still exiting, but these swords are all facing up. And when the swords are facing up, that means truth. That means light. That means a new way forward. And this is the 10 of Swords. 10 broken down is 1. So it's new beginnings. That's basically the Ace of Swords right there. Thrive variety with tolerance. This is thriving. Okay, this is the sobering effect of thriving, because under what people believe is the real world, that's the illusion. You see, you have to apply dream logic to your real life, because what they tell you is lucid and sane and, you know, all of these things really isn't. It's insanity. We're, you know, flipped on our head. It's all inverted. Okay. Hey, Cassandra, how are you, love? So basking in that sanctuary, in that serenity, in that, you know, in between space between the endings of this cycle and your new beginnings, instead of, you know, being in worry and fear at the crossroads energy, right? This Two of Swords is crossroads energy, not seeing a way forward, but trusting. You could be blindfolded, but that doesn't matter, because your intuition is on point. So it doesn't matter whether or not you can see the way forward. What matters is you trust, and you know that you are abundant, you are blessed, you are healthy, you are whatever it is that you feel is out of your reach or hasn't manifest for you. It already is. He is thriving. He's embracing thriving. And he's just sitting under a tree with his little hat on and a surfboard and smoking some good probably some purple haze or something. That's what I got, purple haze, from it. That's not a strain that I ever think of. Oh, okay. I am. Hope you're doing well too. We haven't seen you in a little bit. Just been a couple of days. You popped in yesterday or Sunday. I think it was Sunday, whenever you popped in. Sorry, I got sidetracked with the song. So this is, he's steeping himself in the abundance, because that smoke all around him is abundance. Okay, if you're a pothead, lots of smoke, having lots to smoke is abundance. All right, 3737 when I said that. So just, and being in a holographic reality, we're in the ether. Okay, and smoke represents ether. Air represents ether, and we have the Ten of Swords there with that Two of Swords. So talking about ether, air energy. So visualize, they're talking about sitting, meditating, visualizing your reality outside of you, your surroundings being completely different, the way that you want them to be, and to focus on that visualization. Do it for fun. Make it a fun game for yourself, getting into that, because if you go into that thing and you see, oh, all this beauty, and then you come out of meditation, you're just like, it's not the same, it sucks out here. I like to go back to my meditative spot, my beautiful place, my whatever. You're just squashing your little seedling right before it's about to hatch out the top of the dirt. Okay, so embrace that and bring that through. You are the anchor, so bring with you that energy. And it might take some practice, right? It's not going to be something that you're just going to immediately master, unless you do. Like, some people are just really natural at that kind of thing. Oh, did you, Matt? You just started doing it today? I love that, because that guy kind of reminds me of you. Doesn't he look like you, Matt? We got a card that looks like Patrick. We got a card that looks like Matt. Our divine masculines showing out. So do that, visualize it, and bring through the feeling and carry that with you, instead of focusing on, the frustration or the sadness or whatever comes along with things not having changed. Okay, you are the anchor, so bring that through. Get Delulu about it. Okay, Delulu in a good way, not Delulu in a bad way. There is a difference. Good and bad, it's all relative, right? But yeah, you can be Delulu in a way that causes abundance for yourself and others, or you can be Delulu in a way that saps energy from others around you. And in my opinion, that is not a good thing. He does look like the card, huh? Yeah, you have a card now, Matt. I love it. He's really chill too. Look at him. He's just chilling under that tree, thriving. But this is you. You're thriving after this difficult situation that, you know, caused some kind of maybe ego death, maybe endings or deaths of cycles in your life, could be even people in your life. Do I have a Jackass card that looks like you? I do. I had my Emperor card in this deck looks like you. That's the first card that flashed in my mind whenever you said that, but now I don't know where he's at because he didn't show up today. I don't know. He showed up yesterday. You should have been here yesterday then. Anywho, don't worry, even if you cannot see the things tangibilizing yet, or if you cannot see the next step ahead, if you don't know what's next, just open up that divine feminine energy, open up to opportunities, create opportunities, go start, you know, brainstorming, and then go start researching and open yourself in that way. And then you'll start getting, you know, these sacral chakra creative inspirations. So just follow the creative inspiration. You already, it's programmed, it's encoded in your DNA. Okay. And your DNA is made up of mostly water. Okay. Your blood is mostly water. So Mami Wata showing out saying, you know, you remember. Okay. This is soul memory. So as you walk it, as you trust, as you open up with that divine feminine, the downloads are allowed to come in, okay, and impregnate you so that you can gestate this new way of existing. I love that. That was awesome. That was a channel, by the way. That was gorgeous. So trust, even if you can't see the way forward, because this is you giving the chance for your body memory, your cellular memory to take effect and start. This is how you tangibilize the light body in this way, is existing in this realm, following that guidance, that inspiration, those memories, and following your passions. That awakens these dormant memories or information, knowledge, wisdom, okay? Histories. That's how we reawaken and remember who we truly are. And that's what's happening right now in each individual. So you're doing the work. It's, you know, it's almost complete. The job is almost done. Okay. He's supposed to be making 8 pentacles. He got 7 up in the air and he's working on his last one. He's just polishing it off and blowing it off real quick. And then he's just gonna tink, done. All right, job done. So your harvest is here. Celebrate it, be grateful for it, and get pretty fucking excited, okay? Because you're gonna be blown away. I love it. Y'all better let me know how this energy manifests for you. This is an exciting one. And you know, you couldn't really ask for more with the topic that we have today, talking about the in between one reality and the new reality that you're creating for yourself, the highest timeline that you chose. You know, we're going to have residual purging, those things to release, let go of, that are anchored in the lower timeline, so that we can make room for these higher frequencies to start to anchor. So the stillness in between or nothing happening, you could feel desperation. You could start to fall back into old cycles of lack thought patterns, you know, whether lack thought patterns, it's not just about money and that kind of thing. People lack in relationships all the time. They say, you know, money can't buy you love, and that like people that are very wealthy are usually very lonely, or people that are very famous or have an abundance of attention, you know, are very lonely, those kinds of things. And that just goes to show you there's so many different kinds of lack, and we all manifest it in different ways. So not allowing yourself to fall back into those old cycles of lack is paramount importance. Thank you. Thank you guys. Matt, Steph, Susan, thank you. I love you. Kara. Oh, yeah. I emailed myself a little. I didn't have enough time to really prep the whole outline like I've been trying to do recently, I barely had any time. So I just got a couple of little points. I have four. I have 4 bullet points to bring up. When, as to what happens in the in between. Thank you, Anna. You're so welcome. So energetic integration, when your body and your field are adjusting to match the new timeline. So like with me, I brought this up to you guys the other day, actually, because I shifted timelines. Not, maybe it wasn't the other day. You know how I am with time. It's been a couple weeks since my mushroom trip. Anyway, I started seeing, like, the next day after that mushroom trip, no more lack, only blissful blessings. Yes. So the next day after I shifted timelines, I told you guys, like, everyone was driving super slow. It's like the whole matrix was slow and rude because I had to go to town that day, and I never have those types of experience with like rudeness or just hearing people's negativity out loud in a public space. I don't have that experience very often. It's just very overstimulating with, the ADHD autism, with lights and sounds and so many people's energies all in the same spot. And it's like, a bombardment. That is my problem. I never experienced rudeness, but that next day after shifting to a higher timeline, I experienced slow ass motherfuckers, rudeness, and then just these religious zealots talking about how they're creating this movie about, the murder of someone that they are supposed to love and worship and things. And I was just like, I gotta get out of here. Are you guys done eating yet? Because we were in a restaurant, the boys and I were, and I was done, and they were still eating. And I'm like, you guys hurry. I'm getting overstimulated. I'm getting overstimulated. So I was like, what is going on here? I never have these experiences. And I'm like, duh, you knew to be ready, to be prepared for things to be different, for things to like shift around and, wonky energies to surface. So it is so intense, man. You're welcome, Patrick. Thank you. Yes, be more intentional to these days with your lack thoughts. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So things will shift and change, and it's not always going to be like you think shifting to a higher timeline. Everything's going to be higher and brighter and lighter and better and nicer, and everybody's going to be, rolling around with sunshine coming out their bungholes. I don't know. But that's not how it is. You see some negativity and all of this stuff, and it's like, ew, did I just shift to a lower timeline? What happened? But that's not it. That's just, those more dense energies that are breaking up so that they can surface, so that they can be swept away. And a lot of people will start to hone in on that and focus on that, and yeah, like they want to bring you back down to their level. So they think like they make it a us versus them or a me versus them type of thing, when that's really not what it is. It's just that residual stuff coming, so you can ignore it again and let it go. Um, so loud and cranky. um, so yeah, you'll experience these situations or these energies that are not so pleasant, and don't focus on that, because that's just evidence that you have shifted to a higher timeline, because the dense energies are breaking up and they're just screaming on their way out like a bunch of unruly toddlers. So let them do their thing. Pay as much attention to them as you need to. If it's a situation or a person in your life, give it whatever focus, energy, letting it go, or mediating, whatever you're going to do. It's all up to you and your discernment and what your timeline is in need of, what you're supposed to do with that. So listen to yourself in those cases. But so good to hear I wasn't regressing. Yes, I'm so glad. So this topic, it's been coming up for everyone lately. Like, so many people that I've been talking to recently are experiencing the in-between, and they're like, what am I doing wrong? So that's why I wanted to do the topic again. We've done it a few times. Hi, Tanya. Situation for real, huh? So we'll have these things that will surface, and don't get hung up on those. Just give them as much energy, as much time as you need to, just bare minimum, right? And then focus more on what you're creating. Do more activities that really generate more of that creative energy, that sacral energy, that passion energy. Give it no time or even energy or focus, and stay in your energy, stay centered. Absolutely. I'm going to highlight your comment, Mr. Matt. How about sounds? What do you mean? I'm not quite sure what you mean, Cassandra. Can you elaborate a little? Transmute that shit in the middle of it. Oh, in the middle of your class, you can shake the energy off. You could just start clapping randomly. I'm sure the kids would respond to that. But clapping breaks up energy. You can take a sound bowl or something into your room, and use it like a gong to break up energy in that case. But that's a really good question. Coworker. Oh, then take crystals with you. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. That's illegal. That would get you in trouble or fired. So just do your protections, take your protective crystals with you, and bang your singing bowls right in her face, or his face, or whoever they are, their face. That's so funny. Yeah, higher pitches. Yeah. So you might experience also physical symptoms. We call these ascension symptoms, right? You might get like cold-like symptoms, or feel kind of achy, or just feel like in a fog. Just it can manifest in different ways. So you can Google ascension symptoms. You can get a whole list. There's a list of them. But anyway, you can be experiencing those kinds of things because your physical body and your energetic field are, restructuring themselves and aligning to the new frequency. So you will also release emotions, or stuck, stored traumas, pains, whether that's this life, past life, whatever. Those kinds of things can surface and ascension symptoms whenever you're experiencing this, because your energy field, which is your physical vessel too, it's just a physical tangible manifestation of the energetic body. It's going to restructure itself. So as it's restructuring, it's kicking out all of these things that do not align to the new structure, and that can cause discomfort, imbalances. And go see your GP or whoever you trust for your medical advice, because I'm not a doctor or anything like that, so don't take my word for it. I'm just talking out my ass. Getting this right now. Would appreciate some healing energies, please. Yes, let's send Matt some healing energies. He's experiencing some ascension symptoms. Just balance yourself, hydrate, lots of water, program that water, meditate and rest. You need to rest. That's your reading said so the other day. Your reading said you need to rest, you need to chill, you need to re-energize and integrate. So definitely give yourself time to rest, chill, reintegrate if you're experiencing these energy upgrades, these ascension symptoms. So we just talked about old patterns resurfacing, right? Residual energy, or like you're shifting to a different timeline, and now you'll have this thing come back around, or these people come back around, or this energy come back around, or traumas surfacing, memories surfacing, those kinds of things. Not to punish you, but give you the chance to release it for good, right? To release that residual energy. Program the water, yes. With your thoughts and intentions, you can put your hands on it, around your cup, your vessel, whatever's holding the water, or just, with your mind, and send that energy. You can channel that golden source energy, or whatever, Reiki, anything, channel that through the crown and put it into the water. Place your intentions in the water. You can, charge with crystals around it or whatever. There are only not every crystal is water safe, so don't put every kind of crystal in your water to infuse it with that energy. And you can also just infuse it by placing the crystals around it. You know, set it on a table, put some crystals around it, charge it, set the intention. So yeah, that's what you can do with that. So these old patterns will surface, and we talked about in the reading, whenever we are experiencing things where it's that frustration, nothing is happening, or these negative things are starting to happen, and you're really like noticing these things around you, you can fall back into those old patterns of lack or expecting lack. Lots of ears ringing lately from ascension and timeline shifting. Yeah, because we're all doing the work. We're working together. Come on, team. That's awesome. Thanks for the confirmation, Steph. But these things are happening so you can release them, so you can let go of that, like Matt did earlier today when he would have been triggered and probably went and got in their face and said, what the hell's your problem? Why are you side-eyeing me? Only crystals in the quartz family. Yeah, thank you, Kara. Our crystal experts. DoshaRocks.com if you want to order, or Facebook, Dosha Rocks. Step above it. I like to imagine myself walking over the simulation that would have triggered me in the past. Yeah. See, just like that, you apply, you know, what the wisdom you've gained from previous experiences and what you learned and how you've learned to balance, to bring attention to those spaces and heal whenever you are triggered in some way. So you're able to overcome, and that's you, you know, really stepping into that new reprogrammed timeline, the one that you have been focusing on programming with yourself. Going to purchase some crystals. Awesome. DoshaRocks.com. This one. Well, it doesn't have the .com at the end, but that's how you spell it. Shake my water, saying what I want from it 3 times. I love that, Holly. That gives her some extra power. I love it. Oh, you follow her on Instagram? Awesome. Dosha Rocks been slacking. No, Dosha Rocks has not been slacking. Dosha Rocks has been busy, you know, building another wing of the empire. Okay. You've been doing a lot of other stuff and you haven't had the time or the energy. So don't call yourself slacking or lazy. Rest. Okay. Take the time that you need. You're allocating more time to other places. So it's okay to not give so much time and energy and focus to that right now. Okay. You're in a body. Okay. Yes, you are source. You can be everywhere at once because you already are. But right now, you're source as Kara, and you don't have all of that. So, yeah, give yourself a break. Okay. Have grace with yourself. You're not slacking. You're not lazy. Figure the power of 3 and third time's the charm. Yeah, there are a lot of people that believe in the power of 3, but the power of 3 is just, you know, kind of a spin-off of creation energy. So that's why it's so significant. But there are people that don't believe or adhere to the rule of 3 or the power of 3, and that's okay too. And I know you didn't mean nothing by that, Holly, but that's just for anybody who might be listening. Oh, you did add some new stuff to the site? Awesome. Yeah, we need to rest, Kara. There's no discussion on the matter. Her memes are hilarious. Kara is so funny. I love her to death. So again, coming back to stillness is sacred. You've already overcome those past cycles that you might have fallen back into with confronting these triggers and moving through them in a more healthy and balanced way for yourself and those involved. So stillness is sacred. I'm telling you guys, it's like a freaking Mercury retrograde on me right now. Kara notified me that it's about my Pluto, though. Anywho, stillness is sacred. Okay. Enjoy the pause. Use that time to rest, recharge, have grace with yourself, nourish yourself, love yourself. Manifestation happens through alignment. Okay. not through control. It's not through actioning it to death. It's through setting the intention, doing, inspired action. When it's inspired, that's the point. Inspired action, manifesting. You would, Steph. Instead of trying to control it, you are setting the intention, taking inspired action, not taking every single action you can think of to action it to death to make it happen, because that's that wounded masculine energy. We're not doing that no more. So plant the seed, nurture it, and then go do other stuff. Keep your mind on other things and not solely focused on that. And the fact that it hasn't sprouted yet, it hasn't popped through the soil yet. Because if you sat there, like if I sat there with my seedlings from the time I planted them and watered them, and I stared at them the whole time, and, just went to get water and bring it back and give it to them and just stared at it the whole time, if I could keep myself awake that long, it would take a long time before they would actually sprout. Okay. And I ain't got time for that. So what do? I plant the seed, I water it, give it its nutrients, check it from time to time daily. And you got to make sure that they're doing okay, that they have plenty of water. I'm nurturing them, and talking to them and singing to them and stuff. So I don't worry about whether or not they're rooting or they're sprouting or they're anything like that. I just, give them all the love and attention and tell them they're doing such a great job. And then I go get on with my life. So I give it that trust, that knowing that that seed is gonna sprout. And I have had hardly any duds with my seeds sprouting. So I must have a green thumb, or I'm a manifestation master. Hold on, I'm missing comments. Yes, stillness speaks. Okay, cool. I'm not missing comments. Y'all are commenting to each other. Quantum alignment. You're choosing a higher frequency reality with every thought, feeling, and action. Just like I've been saying, every step you take, every breath you take, every thought you think. Yeah, I said that right. Everything that you do is creating, structuring, adding to, decorating, maybe even this new reality that you're stepping into. So you just have to align to it in the quantum. You have to know and trust and become the haver of that thing, or, align to the energy of having that thing or that situation. And I know it's a lot easier said than done. I'll be watching you. Yeah. I always hear the P. Diddy version of it, though, back when he was Puff Daddy. Yeah, after Biggie died. Anyhow, I love that song. It's on my playlist. But anyhow, it's easier said than done, but it takes practice. It takes trusting, believing. Believe it before you see it. That's how manifestation works. And here they have it inverse. It's seeing is believing is what everyone thinks, but no, that's not what it is. So tap into that childlike wonder, tap into that divine feminine energy of being open to receiving, and take every single little sign, even if it's someone else getting the thing, or angel numbers saying, congratulations, the thing is here, and it's not here yet, then yeah, congratulations, it's here, because that's your evidence that it's here. So you observe that, you validate that, you get excited and celebrate and live in gratitude about that, and then it tangibilizes. So that's all I got. That was talking a lot too. Oh, good night, Matt. Love you. Have sweet dreams. I'm probably going to end it here momentarily anyway, because I feel like I've done so much talking. The throat's starting to get a little weak. I wore out my throat chakra, you guys. JK. My throat chakra is fully open, healthy, and balanced. Abracadabra. I create as I speak. So be mindful of the words that you're speaking over yourself, okay? The thoughts that you're thinking of over yourself, because we just did the, every thought you think, every feeling, every action that you take, it's all woven. It's all a single thread of the tapestry of your current experience. So everything is connected. When you get the signs, when you have the visions, when you have the dreams, that's a sign that it's just barely on the other side of that veil. And it's just going to pop through and tangibilize any minute now. So celebrate it and remain in gratitude, because that's your evidence that it's yours, it's here. um, it's just, remember, you're in a density where time and space is a thing. For some reason they thought they needed to create that here, so time and space apply. It is already created in the quantum, so just be patient, because if you are chasing it down, it is running from you. Just be patient. That's all you need to do. um, So yeah, anybody have any issues with anything that we discussed today? Like, are you stuck on anything? Um, did you have any kind of epiphanies through our conversations today or anything like that? All right, Phil. What? Oh, Phil Collins. Gotcha. You're welcome, Wendy. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, now is the time to do so. Even if you're watching the replay, throw the question in there. And if I get the notification, if I'm aware that you've asked the question, I will absolutely respond to it, okay? But be patient with me, guys. Facebook doesn't always notify me um, of comments, or it never notifies me of anyone sharing anything of mine either. So if you want me to know you shared my stuff, you can tag me. But unless I happen to be on Facebook scrolling, which isn't very much lately, and I come across it, then I can react to it. But then I know you did it. So thank you guys for all of you who are sharing and commenting, and things that I don't acknowledge is not because I'm not trying to acknowledge it. It's because I'm not notified. Residual. Um, some residual. So yeah, just allow yourself to validate the emotions that you have that may be triggered when you're experiencing the residual energies, okay? Because it's your opportunity to purge what's left over from those things, those situations, or those people. So allow yourself to feel the feelings, validate them, um, take your time with it. Give yourself an hour or a day or a week or however long it takes you to really validate those emotions and express them, get them out of you. And then, come back to center, ground yourself, remain grounded as much as you possibly can during the transitional period, because that can, it's like there's no stone beneath my feet. I don't know where I'm going to step next. So, you start to freak out and get that fear. So grounding, using grounding stones, grounding fragrances, visualizing yourself grounding to the earth, getting outside and actually, grounding yourself, sitting with a tree or taking your shoes off, going barefoot in the grass. Ground, ground, ground. Very important. And then start programming the better thoughts or the better visions. Set the intention when you're meditating to visualize what you want, and then bring that through after you close out the meditation. Don't be discouraged by the surroundings because they haven't changed yet. Bring that energy through from the meditation, the visions and the emotions, and the energy, and embody that energy in the tangible realm. For the conversation with water and my website, can we ask her questions? Yes, yes, you can, Sue. Absolutely. Um, that is a bookable service, and I think there might be a pre-recorded option available too. So if you do choose to do the pre-recorded version, just make sure that you put the questions in with your order, or you can, if you forget for some reason or somehow it's not working for you to be able to attach notes or questions with your order, then you can message me. You can email me or private message me with your questions. But usually she'll address them and answer them anyway, even if I'm not consciously aware of them. Yeah, stop putting yourself through those, okay? Because whenever you're going into those romanticizing thoughts, okay, you are setting yourself up for failure, okay? We say get Delulu for in a good way. If it is taking away from you or others in any way, then that's not the positive type of Delulu you want to be. So when you're romanticizing and then things are crashing around you, it's time to look at where you're experiencing lack, because there's a mismatch there. There's an imbalance with the energy. So you're trying to visualize and really steep yourself in the having of this thing, but you're also carrying that void, that space of lack within yourself, which is why you're feeling the sad emotions and things like that. So and in other cases also, it could be someone is having a hard time with their immediate surroundings, reflecting back what's not in their daydreams, what's not in their meditations, what's not in their dreams. You have to learn how to balance your emotions, and there's always some kind of shadow work to do there, and a lot of it has to do with confidence in yourself, the belief, the true subconscious and unconscious beliefs, not matching up with that, what you're bringing to your conscious awareness, that belief that you're programming in the conscious awareness. So there's some kind of an imbalance or a mismatch in the subconscious or the unconscious that you would want to dive a little deeper into. So you can do that with meditation. Set the intention even in the morning. Hey, I want to be shown like what it is that I'm carrying with me, what it is that I'm lacking, or what this is, and then just go on about your day, on the drive to work, or on the walk on your break, or on the walk to your mailbox, or when you're doing house cleaning, or when you're fishing, or whatever it is that people do. It might just come to you as an epiphany, right? Because you're not focused on it. So you're just kind of open to receiving it. So you might receive it at a time where you wouldn't really anticipate it because you're not looking for it. And that's exactly the time where it happens for you, is when you're not looking for it. So set the intention for it to come to your awareness, and your guides and your higher self will work with you on that. And if you guys need extra help, anybody, this is not just for you, Cassandra, this is for anybody. If anybody needs some extra help with things that they're having a hard time uncovering or can't put their finger on something, you can book a past life regression with me, or a full-on quantum hypnosis session, which is much more in depth and much longer. So if you want to book with any of those services, check out my website, rebelspirithealing.square.site. You're welcome, Cassandra. You're doing great. No, it's not just about being delusional or anything in the negative, context. Everyone, we're human. Human beings are fallible. Human beings, get caught up in these patterns that were programmed into us. So you're overcoming a lot of deep programming, and probably a lot of deep trauma and wounding, whether that's only your own or ancestral as well. Okay. So have grace for yourself, have patience and love for yourself. Um, um, I would say yes, it's a mixed web. It's a web. You're gonna have to get yourself unstuck from that one, baby girl. But yeah. So on that note, I guess I will let you guys go. I will be back tomorrow. Not quite sure what I'm going to designate as the topic, but I've got a couple of ideas. There's one I might hold off on to. We can get everybody here on Sunday, so that our across the ponders don't miss it too. So I'll just let you guys know whatever I decide. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you for sticking around for so long and listening to my long-winded speeches. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and 1 a.m. British summertime. Mwah.